Task number 5. This one's hilarious. I'm going to try and get through them quite quickly though. This one was to find something substantial and to blow it off the table. Most substantial gets the most points. I like how everyone's brains went with this. There was lateral thinking across the board. We'll start with Sky and John. Beer bottle, substantial. Sky went with a toy, which tried, and then earpod box, and then put a brick on the table, a house brick. I found that funny. Good thinking. They weren't the most substantial, but they were of good size. Next, I'm gonna go with Bran and Beth. There's some quite funny comments that went on throughout this. So Bran said, "Why don't I get on the table and you blow me off?" And Beth thought, "Well, do you not think it'd be easier if I got on the table and you blew me off? With her being smaller, like it's easy to blow a human off a table." Made no sense whatsoever. And then she said she went to say, "Well, use the coffee table because it's more sturdy." And Bran just went, "Well, what I can do is just blow, and we'll see if it pushes me off or not." So for Beth to say, "Don't over dramatise it," and then Bran added that you could always Photoshop his hair blowing in the wind. I like the lateral thinking. I can't truly say whether or not Beth blowing on him affected the way his body was and that helps him fall onto the floor. No scientist. So we'll come back to that. Polly and Rob. The only thing that really got me confused was hearing the word Scotch egg and substantial, but then someone going, "We don't have any." So Scotch eggs pulled out of nowhere. You didn't even have any in the house. But funny. Biscuit tea, substantial because it's my favourite tea. And then the cash, very clever. Lateral thinking again. Rob placed it on the table, on the breakfast bar. Perfect placement. We didn't say you had to put it in the middle of a table. Blew it off, and then Polly made him do it from the middle. So, but it was a good job it weren't a time one. But yeah, very substantial and clever. Andy and Sophie, again. Where to start? Well, he burns himself on a candle, moving it off the table when they have a massive breakfast bar in the kitchen. So he didn't need to move the table. There's one on there and drinks it. So he comes in with a can of Coke and Sophie goes, "There's Coke in there." So he drank it. It's like, "It's been in the bin for days." He's got... And then all the while, I'm sat watching it, screaming, going, "Get the cat, get the cat, get the cat." And Sophie disappears and all you hear is, "Rawr!" And she comes in with the cat and then has a fight with the cat. He's trying to paw her, it's trying to slash her face off with its claws. So, commendment, unluckily, you didn't do it in time, but I am going to take into account that you nearly lost an eye from your cat. So when I'm scoring, I will take that into account. Anyway, so what I've done is I'm going to give 4 points to Polly and Rob for the £100. Clever, lateral thinking. I like it. I'm going to give 3 points to Bran and Beth, even though there's a bit of a grey area whether or not Beth actually blew hard enough to blow him off the table, but I'm sure it could happen. I'm going to give 2 points to Andy and Sophie for Andy's tray was quite big, and 1 point to Sky and John because they were the smallest things. I'm going to give a bonus point to Andy and Sophie though because she nearly lost her eye. So that's 3 points to Andy and Sophie. So I'll top them up, and then I will be back to score the main event. Peace and love.